I'm recording. Anything you say can and shall be used or will be recorded. Let me put it that way. So now, like I was saying, you guys might not be able to follow me through because you don't have this Jupyter notebook installed on your laptop yet. But there is an online version which is Google Colab.
Sir, excuse me, sir.
Yeah, go ahead.
Can I use the SQL server management?
No, you are going to struggle connecting it, except you are good with connecting.
I've connected it. I think I can. I downloaded it actually, and I've connected it database.
Do you know the database I want to
I
use?
don't know.
That's another thing. Do you know the database I want to use?
Okay.
Yeah,
But
but
I think since the language is different, like from the SQL, the my SQL server stuff.
what I want you guys to do is focus on using it in Jupyter Notebook. We are going to talk about how to use it in other interfaces like MySQL Workbench, but I want you guys to focus a lot more on how to do it in what's it called. I'm going to show you guys resources that will help you. Please let me write it down. I forget things a lot. I'm an old man. So I want to share you guys resources that will help you install Jupyter Notebook, and also I want to share you guys resources on that can help you guys also to install MySQL Workbench. Though another reason why I want us to use Jupyter Notebook is that there are some laptops like MySQL Workbench would not work on some laptops. Like it basically works with higher version of laptops, like recent versions of laptops. So, but Jupyter Notebook is for everyone, and you can even use the online version of the Jupyter Notebook. That's why I'm thinking it would be nice to use Jupyter Notebook for everybody. And since that's what we are going to use for Python, there is no cutting corners with that. As a data analyst, you use Jupyter Notebook for Python. And the way I'm taking this is that after what's it called, SQL, we are jumping into Python. They will now round everything up with Power BI. Yeah, and your topic. What is my time that you guys are taking? I'm going to take it back up. Don't think you're going to close by 10.
All right, sir. My question is the Jupyter notebook you talked about. Can we use? Is it from the Anaconda app?
Yes, it's from the Anaconda distribution.
All right, because I have one here. So that's
Yeah, you can use it. You can use it. Good, good. So if you guys have access to internet right now, anybody that has like if you have access to internet right now, go to come here. Go to and search for download Anaconda. Then click on it. Can you see? Click on this first one. Then it's going to tell you to provide email to download distribution. If you are somebody that likes to receive email from Anaconda about their promotions and the likes, you can go ahead or you can click on skip registration. There's going to ask you to download for what's it called? Yeah, because I'm on Mac, so it's easy for me to what's it called? If you are on different kind of Mac, like my own Mac is Apple Silicon. Like if you are using M, like the M chip, so you download Apple Silicon. If you are using the Intel version, you can download for Intel. So once you've downloaded, it will come here. Then you can install normally the way you would install. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Hello? Yes. So once you install, right? So it's like 1 gig. So if you don't have very fast internet, it might take time. But except you're on Starlink, then might and it's really really strong. It did not rain, so It should be strong. Except here in your area. Then if you are using Windows, yes, I'm with you.
Some of us are following you. I'm a bit confused.
You are confused. Where are you confused?
Then we should go to Anaconda. We should click on the first link. I lost you there.
Yeah, once you click on the first link, let me go back there. Click on this first link, download Anaconda distribution. Then it's going to give you this email. Click on this skip registration. If you are like me that you don't like to receive email from them, skip registration. So once you click on skip registration, it's going to bring you here. Then you can download for your operating system. If you're on Windows, download for Windows. If you're on Mac, download for Mac. If you're using Linux, download for Linux. Is it clear?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome, sir. So once you download it, now come to your come to your what's it called? You see Anaconda Navigator. Like just open the Anaconda Navigator. Sorry, I'm only sharing the tab. Let me share my entire screen so that you can be able to follow up with the rest. So once you download it, it's going to come here. It's going to download for you. You can install with the normal way that you install any other software. Then once it's done installing, click on your launchpad or maybe your app. I don't remember the way it works on Windows. Then you see this Anaconda Navigator. So click on it. So can you say it's jumping, meaning that it's opening. Jumping. Why is it taking time to finish jumping? I think it's done jumping. I honestly don't know why it's not coming up. It's been long. But once you open it, it's been long I open it that way. Once you open it, you see Jupyter Notebook. You see Jupyter Notebook, click on launch Jupyter Notebook. Or another way that you can do it is, which is more like, okay, oh, you guys do not see it. Okay, I'm coming. It has opened. It's not going. I'm trying to. Okay. Now, I think it has opened. So can you see it? So sorry, it's still opening. I don't know why it's taking time this morning. Maybe because I've not opened it in a very long time. So this is the Jupyter notebook. You can click on launch. Can you see? I don't know why it's acting like this morning. Yep. So that's how you load your Jupyter notebook. So once you open it, it's going to bring you to an interface like this. Don't remind me again. You see, it's going to bring you to an interface like this. Then this interface is like your directories, like your application, your desktop, your documents, anything that you have on your laptop, you'll be able to see it through here. So you can decide to come to your document and create a new folder, and you can create a new folder by coming to this new, then click on folder, and you can call it maybe SQL class, so that it's easy for you to put everything inside it. Then you can open it like this. Do you understand? Then if you want to put a new Jupyter notebook there, you can click on new notebook. Yes, so this is it. Like, this is the new notebook. One thing it might bring for you is it might ask you to select kernel. Just click on like on kernel 3, right? So now can I move back to what I was talking about? So if you are struggling with anything, I'm going to attach videos to it that would be beginner friendly for somebody that has never installed it, because I've installed it, so it's possible for me to skip some steps. But I will try to look for a video for that is on a laptop that has never been installed. Can we start learning now? Yellow. Yellow.
Hello, boss.
Yeah, I just want
Okay,
to...
sir.
All right, so let's continue. Now, in this train, you are going to learn how to set up a SQL environment in Jupyter Notebook. Particularly, yes, it is open source. Sulaiman Abiola. Good. So, you are going to learn how to set up SQL environment in your Jupyter Notebook, particularly a serverless SQL that is connecting a database file. Because we have serverless SQL and we have client server. We are going to talk about them. Serverless SQL is when you're connecting directly from your database to your laptop. But client server is when you're using like a third party application to connect. We are going to talk about it in this notebook, like this one. Then how to run client queries in Jupyter Notebook cells, and how to list all the available tables in a database. So those are the things you'll be learning. Now, let's talk about SQL architecture. There are generally two common architectures for interacting with SQL databases. The first one is the client server SQL. I hope everyone can follow. I'm recording. Good.
Yes, sir.
Good. Now, for client server SQL, database systems that require a separate server processes that require separate server processes to function, meaning that in such cases, the user set up a connection typically with user credential, meaning that what you're going to do is you're going to log in to a server, maybe like MySQL. Do you understand? You're going to log on to MySQL server, then the server will now interact with the database within it. Do you understand? Like you connect your Jupyter notebook to the server, then from the server to your database. That's client server. You have to sign in into your MySQL. Let me see if I can show you a picture. Client server architecture, SQL architecture. Now look at this. This is your database server, right? This is your client, and this is your, like, these are your laptops. So what's it called? You need a network to connect them with your database. This one is not showing it very well. There's one in the notebook, but I don't know why it's not opening. There's one here, but I don't know why it's not showing the picture. Let me see if I can copy the image directly. Trying to see if I can show you guys the image. Like, it's going to be important for you guys to see what I'm talking about. I don't know why it's not connecting. Okay, look at this one that we have here. So this is the client, right? Like, this is your computer where you need your data. This is the client server, and look at it, behind it is your database, right? So you need to first connect to this server, then the server will now interact with your database. Does that make sense? Hello, people. Is everyone clear?
Yes, boss.
Busaya Aziz, your question.
Sorry, I'm not asking a question. I just want to revamp.
Okay. So that's it. Like, but serverless is when you connect directly from your laptop to the database. Now, some of the examples of serverless is SQLite. SQLite allows you to connect directly from your database. But while all these MySQL, Oracle, all of them, they are what? They are client server. Is it clear? The server can be located locally or on the user's computer or remotely, that is on a cloud computer. Does it make sense? Now, for SQL server, this system allows you to like user to interact with what directly with the target SQL database. That is, the SQL database is a file that gets loaded onto the application and can be read or written to using SQL what? To using SQL queries. That is, it's just like those ones are just like your Microsoft Word, Like I sent you a Microsoft Word file, you can open it directly. But for client server, you need to first connect to a server, to the client server, log in your credentials, then now connect to the database. Like that one is like there is an intermediary, but this one there is no intermediary. So SQLite loads database from a single .db file. That is a DB. That's the extension, just like Excel or Word, like Docs file. This file can be treated as a fashion similar to in a fashion similar to any other data like a CSV file or any type of file, with exception that we can read and write to the file using SQL queries. Now, in this phase, we would explore both setups in the context of Jupyter Notebook. But before we discuss the setup, let's first discuss this magic function. There's something we call magic function. So this is like Python documentation. There is magic built-in magic function. The Jupyter users like magic are specifics to and provided by IPython kernel. Whether magics are available on kernel is a decision that is made by kernel developer or kernel. So basically what magic does for you is that it helps you to use functions that are not readily available in Jupyter Notebook. They are special commands that are used to enhance the behavior of IPython. In order to get our notebook to process SQL within each of our cells, we will make use of the IPython magic command specifically made for what? For SQL. Now, this is provided by the IPython SQL library. If you want to read more, this you can just click on it. So this is the what's it called? Like you can read more on the documentation here. But I'm going to just summarize what is important to you. Now, to enable these commands, we are going to give a one-off initialization command, which is like this. This is it. Now let's discuss the dependency for each of the SQL database setup. Now if you are connecting to a SQL server database, to connect to MySQL, that is if you want to connect to a server, the one that is not serverless, say client server, right, database, and use our Jupyter Notebook as the client application, like as your computer, we first need to install some dependencies. This includes the following Python modules. To run locally, you are going to pip install SQL Alchemy. You are going to pip install IPython hyphen SQL, and you are going to pip install py MySQL. Like these are the dependencies that will allow your what's it called to run MySQL. I don't know if I've lost you guys.
We are following, sir.
So I'm going to attach this notebook. We can
Actually,
either
we are following.
we can either copy it.
Practicing. No, no.
What did you say?
I said we are actually following, but since we are not practicing, we cannot know if we are comprehending well or not.
Don't worry, you will be able to practice after the. So these are the three. You can check your chat window. I just sent them there. So you can install them in your Jupyter notebook. So what you are going to do is come like this. Say you have a new Jupyter notebook, like something like this, right?
Excuse me, sir.
Go ahead.
Are you saying all these three things are the like are the dependencies? Are they like built in that we just need to search on the Jupyter and I think we download it from somewhere and
No, they are built in. You just need to install them. Like you don't. Like can you see my Jupyter notebook? Like an empty one. So you just do paste like this. Once you paste like this, do you get? Once you paste like this, just press Shift and return. Pip install invalid syntax. Why is it saying invalid syntax? SQL Alchemy.
The network is bad. Cannot hear it.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now, sir. Hello.
Yes, I'm with you. I'm trying to install. So
All right, sir.
okay, try to put this what's it called in front of it. Put this exclamation mark in front of it so that I can install it for you. But because I've already installed all of them, it's telling me that requirement already satisfied, requirement already satisfied, requirement already satisfied. Because I've installed them before.
All right.
Yeah, that's the way it works.
Okay, because you've installed the dependencies before.
Yes, because I've installed them before, that's why it's telling me requirement already satisfied. For someone like you that you're just starting, it's going to show all like I've installed everything, so that's why it's not because I've used it a lot of times on my laptop.
All right, sir.
So it's not going, but you is going to download some stuff on your Jupyter notebook that is going to work. Yeah, Lale is Zainab.
Okay, sir. Please, did you click new?
Yes, I clicked the new notebook.
Okay.
Hamida, Hamida, your question.
I'm still stuck at installing the Anaconda. I don't know if again.
You don't what?
I'm stuck at installing Anaconda, the app.
What's the problem?
It's not moving. Like it's still there. I don't know.
Is your net? Is your net?
Installing something.
Oh, it's been installing. Don't worry. It's going to install. Don't worry.
Okay, it takes time.
Yes, on Windows. It takes time on Windows.
Anaconda is dancing, just bouncing, bouncing, bouncing.
Jumping, jumping. I am jumping. It has to do morning workout first, so that it can work fast. It can do well. Yes, I'm Latofik.
Yeah, I just tried to install the library now, and it's saying requirement already satisfied on my laptop, and I've not done it before.
Sometimes maybe it came with it's part of the dependencies that came in your Jupyter. Congratulations.
Oh, okay, thanks.
Adeyemi.
Yes, sir. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, ma.
Sir, it's actually about the class. I came late, so I don't know if you are recording and
Yes, I'm recording. I'm recording, but it's not free. It's 5k per hour.
Sir?
The recording is not free. 5k per view. If you want to watch it once, 5k. If you want to watch it twice, 10k. But if you want to watch it 3 times, there is discount 12k.
I'll now provide it.
I mean, all right, Zainab. Alale is Zainab. Okay, let's continue. I think she took her question off. So after installing these dependencies, like these three, assuming that you have a local SQL installed or you have access to credential to a remote SQL, e.g. AWS RDS, you can connect it using the common string of the following form. Now, the thing is, if you want to connect to a database, if you want to connect this, you need to have what's it called? You need to be signed into you need to have an account with MySQL. Do you understand? You can like if you follow this, you can create a new user for like to grant permission in SQL. So once you have your username and password, so you now come back here, you now copy this command, you edit this user, password, host, port, database. You edit them that with user with your what's your username? I'm coming. Password with what's your password? Host is the IP address or the host name. Your port, server port number, database, the name of the database that you are using. Then we will explore how to connect a SQL server from a notebook in like if you want, we are going to explore it later. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like more in details, but for now, let's focus on connecting to a serverless SQL database. Like how do you create a how do you create a user, like all these stuffs? How do you get your host? How do you get your ports? How do you fill in everything such a way that it works? We are going to get to it. Now, Ahmed Babale, you
Yes, sir. And the Jupyter, this thing. I noticed that is home this thing. Is it that we have to have our internet?
no. It's a local what's it called? You see that your what's it called is going to be local host. It doesn't use internet.
Yes,
It's local host.
local
So
host.
yeah, it's just a web application, but it doesn't use internet. Is it coming together?
So, yes, it's coming together, but say I should update to Anaconda 2 point something like this. I advise me to update it.
Don't mind. If you install Anaconda today, eh, immediately you're opening it, they will tell you to update. Don't mind them. Just tell them never to remind you again in their life. Now, let's connect to a serverless database. If you want to connect to a serverless database, you're going to install this again. Like, you don't have to, if you've installed it earlier, you don't have to install it again. Just leave it like that. Now, next, we need a SQLite database file, that is a DB file extension to connect. For this purpose, we are going to use the Chinook database file that has been provided. Download it, like we are going to put it on the platform and place it in the same folder as this notebook or some other known location. Look at it. Look at my own. This is it. This is my download. This is my download. So this is the SQL in Jupyter notebook. Like this is the folder. So can you see the database, the chinook.db is the same folder with this notebook. So make sure that they are in the same folder. Because if they are not in the same folder, it's not see it. Please, please make sure they are in the same folder. To do this, okay, now after installing the dependencies, we can now connect our database. To do this, we simply call an inline magic command, which is this percentage and SQL, followed by SQL Alchemy formatted DB connection string. Like this is what we are trying to say. Like look at it though. The first thing is going to be this percentage sign, SQL, put a space because we are using a serverless, we are using SQLite. So we say SQLite, then a colon, then 4 forward slash, 4 forward slash. Then you're going to put the path to your database or the name of your database .db. Do you understand what we are trying to say? Now let's put into practice by connecting to and querying a SQL database. Now listing all the tables in a database. Before we start to load our SQL magic command, we need to do this once per notebook. Every time you open a new notebook, you start the notebook with this percentage load underscore ext SQL. That is, you are working with external data that is SQL. Now, if the chinook.db file is saved in the same folder as your notebook, then it can be loaded into the notebook as follows. You just have to say percentage SQL space SQLite, three forward slash, then the name of the database is chinook.db. If you come here, you see it. Can you see chinook.db? So that's how you load it. That's how you load your database inside your notebook. Is it clear? Try digesting it and see if it's something you understand. Tell me when you've been able to digest it. I mean, that was wrong.
So I'm still stuck. Oh, I'm still installing. Oh.
Don't worry to install. That's what happens when you're using Windows. Can I move on? Now, if your connection is successful, you should be able to interact with the database using the SQL, the standard SQL syntax, provided that you have prepared every SQL Jupyter cell with this, what's it called? With this syntax like percentage SQL. Now it's going to be 2. Every cell will have it. Now, before we run queries, we need to understand what table exists in our database. This can be achieved by using the following SQL query. Note, this query will make more sense as you learn more about SQL queries throughout the course. Your takeaway here is that we had prepared the Jupyter notebook cell with what? With this percentage SQL in order to run a SQL query. Please let me call you back. Give me like 30 minutes. I'll call you back, please. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Sorry, guys. Good. Now, don't bother about this query. Just copy it directly. If you copy it and put it in your Jupyter in your cell, it's going to list all the tables available in your database. For this Chinook database, we have albums, we have artists, we have customers, we have employees, we have genres, we have invoice item, invoices, media types, playlists, playlist track, playlist, and tracks. So those are the what's it called available in our database. Now we can start interacting with it using the normal SQL query, and we can start getting information. Look at this now. This is the information. So you can start now playing around with this and start saying, okay, I want to analyze it as a data analyst. Is it clear? So what I want you to get away from this is how to, like, from this particular notebook, is how do I prep my data, like how do I prep my notebook to receive SQL, to work with SQL? That's the most important thing. Once you can install everything you have to install, connect your database, you are good. for this notebook so far. So can I go on with the next concept, or we want to take a break, or we should hold on to tomorrow? But the thing is, we are behind. So if we continue like this, we might not catch up. So what do you guys suggest? But the fact that you guys have not been able to practice or install it is another thing that is giving me concern. Can I schedule an extra class
Yes,
today
boss.
for Can I schedule an extra class today for 7 p.m.?
Yes, good morning.
Guys, can I schedule an extra class today for 7 p.m.?
Yes, yes, sir.
No, sir. That would be the Maghrib time.
No, I mean
That
like
would be
I mean like 7:15, 7:20. I'll pray too.
please, can we choose like a 9?
And night will be too far into the night. Some people are married and they need to be in bed.
Yes, I'm a married man.
Uh, yeah, so that's what I'm looking at. Even if it's 1 hour we can do, that would help us. But what I want you guys to do is find like make sure that you're able to connect to Jupyter Notebook before that time. So yeah, we've done the connection. So we'll just start with
How about
the
maybe around
syntax.
5 p.m.?
What did you say?
Maybe around 5 p.m. so that we can like use 2 hours.
Ah,
Yes,
ah,
5 or 6, maybe 5:30
That
to
one is too
6:30.
early. That time is too early.
and is
Let's make it at night.
and is and is not favorable.
You know, the thing is,
Well, we can. There is no league. There is no league this weekend, and we can do 5 p.m. since there is no league this weekend. Doesn't sound like a bad idea, but I just feel like night would be better for people that might want to go to one bed. They would have come back. So please let's do 7:20.
I feel like lots of people
Okay.
alright.
Ah, Busai, please can you mute your mic, or Yunusa Semil? Yeah. So what do you guys say? So in Latofik, I'm listening.
Thanks, boss. Please, can you send this particular um material that we're using? Can you just please send it to us so that we can be able to get go through it and set up the SQL?
In fact, I'm going to upload it now.
Thank you, sir.
Before 7. Why? You have a night party, Aisha.
No, 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 no. By that time, I have a scheduled meeting.
Should we do it? Let's do it this way. People that cannot join, we don't watch the video. But so I always prefer my students to be in class, but as per we are scheduling the class. Okay, let's do 9 p.m. If everybody is fine with 9 p.m. Eh? Ready Allah, he said no.
Me, I'm not fine with 9 p.m. As an urge, don't disturb us, please. Please, I'm not okay with 9 p.m. My
Your words. Finish it now.
please don't mind me. It's just one of these blankers.
Please let's do 9 p.m. The same time we normally do our what's it called? Our office hours. Hmm? Good, please. Those that cannot join, don't worry. I'm not going to penalize anybody. Week 5. So 9 p.m. it is. If okay, if you're in favor of 9 p.m., raise your hand. If you're in support of 9 p.m., 12 people. If you're in support of 7 p.m., oh wow, 15 people. So if you're in support of 7 p.m., raise your hand. Let's just do 9 p.m. Most people want 7 p.m. This is just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that means that I'm only going to see these 6 people in class. Please let's do 9 p.m. Please. Please try to make it. Hmm? It's one of the sacrifices you would make to become a data analyst. I'll not take too much of our time. It's just maybe like 3 hours and we'll go and sleep. I am still here. You raised your hand. Is it that you have a question?
No problem, sir. I'm fine with 9 p.m. I will talk to my.
Yes, sir.
Alright, go ahead with your
Before you take
question.
after that,
Is that what the recording?
The recording.
Yes.
I'm going to try to upload it right now too before I leave.
Alright, thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah, before I leave my table right now, I'll try to. So is any more question?
sir,
Yes, I'm with you.
sir, yeah, we've not been having our quizzes.
Yes, because they've not been like we've passed the stage of simple quizzes. But you get some this week on like testing your knowledge on SQL. Don't worry, you get some this week.
Okay, sir.
You're welcome. What was I going to say? Alright, that's it. So have if yes, I'm with you.